God bless you, my daughter. Sister Sophia, Sister Berta, take our new postulant to the robing room. Ave.
Maria has asked to talk to you. I know it's been a long time.
I waited until she wanted to come to me.
It's strange. She seems happy, yet she's unhappy too.
Why did they send her back? Do you know?
She doesn't speak. She hasn't spoken except in prayer.
I shall see her. Maria. This must have been a trying experience for you.
It was, Reverend Mother.
Has it taught you anything?
I've learned I never want to leave these walls again.
Why did they send you back to us?
They didn't send me back. I left. I left without telling them I was going. Without saying goodbye.
Maria, sit down. What happened, Maria? Why did you do this?
I was frightened.
Frightened?
I was confused. I never felt that way before. And I knew that here I would be away from it. That here I would be safe.
Maria, the walls of this abbey are not meant to be used as an escape. What is it that you can't face?
I can't face him again.
Maria, are you in love with Captain von Trapp?
I don't know.
Tell me about it, my child.
Brigitte said that I was, and that her father was in love with me. And then there he was, and we were looking at each other. And I could hardly breathe. Then I knew I couldn't stay.
But do you like him, Maria?
Oh, yes.
Did you let him see how you felt?
If I did, I didn't know that I did. That's what's been torturing me. I was there on God's errand. To have asked for the captain's love would have been wrong. I don't know, Mother. I do know this. I am ready at this very moment to take the vows of poverty, obedience, and chastity.
Maria, the love of a man and a woman is holy too. The first time we talked together, you told me you remembered your father and mother before they died. Do you remember? Were they happy?
Oh, yes. They were very happy.
And Maria, you were born of their happiness, of their love. And, my child, you have a great capacity to love. What you must find out is, how does God want you to spend your love?
I've pledged my life to God's service. I've pledged my life to God.
Maria, if you love this man, it does not mean that you love God less. You must find out. You must go back.
Oh, Mother, please don't send me back. This is what I want. This is where I belong.
Maria, these walls were not meant to shut out problems. You have to face them. You have to find the life you were born to live.
But how do I find it?
You look for it.
enough. Now sing seriously. Here's the pitch.
Do, mi, so, do.
That's nice. Very nice. Except it's no good. Imagine you're standing on the stage of a big concert hall.
What concert, Uncle Max?
Maybe the Salzburg Concert Hall, but a concert hall full of people. Now, once again, do.
Do, mi, so, do.
Gretel, why don't you sing loud?
I've got a sore finger.
Yes, you do. There. Now you can sing loud for Uncle Max. The night of the party you sang so beautifully with such spirit. Well, let's try again. Do.
Do, mi, so, do.
They wanted to sing for me, the little darlings. But they don't sing as well as they used to.
We need Fräulein Maria.
We do not need Fräulein Maria. You can sing just as well with me.
But I've had experience with choirs, quartets, glee clubs.
Please, Max. Now what are we going to sing? Do, a deer, a female.
Fräulein Maria always started
We
with...
are not to mention Fräulein Maria.
Max, I'm feeling like a brisk walk.
That's just what I need. Is anyone using the car?
Now what are you going to sing?
The hills are alive with the sound of...
Not that. Louisa, you didn't play any of your tricks, any of your jokes on Fräulein Maria.
Only those she liked and laughed at.
You didn't put toads in her bed.
No, Father.
Well, something must have happened for her to go away without even saying goodbye.
Isn't Fräulein Maria coming back?
No, darling, I don't think so.
But she was the best governess we ever had.
You're not going to have a governess anymore.
Oh, good.
I don't think that's good.
You're going to have a new mother.
A new mother? Frau Schrader?
Yes. It was all settled last night. I'm very happy. Well, it's time for your afternoon walk now.
When Fräulein Maria wanted to feel better, she sang that song. Remember?
Yes.
All right. Let's try it.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Why don't I feel better?
Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudel.
Maria!
Oh, children, I missed you so much. I must find your father right away.
I'll find him.
I'll go with you.
How is your sore finger?
You remembered.
And Liesel, how are you?
I'm all right, Fräulein Maria.
Many telegrams lately?
No. Now I'll be glad to go to boarding school.
Oh, Liesel, you can't use boarding school to escape your problems. You have to face them. I have so much to tell you.
And we have a lot to tell you, too.
I'm sure you have a great deal to tell me.
I guess the most important thing is that Father is going to be married
Married?
to Frau Schrader.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes. He just told us. He told us himself.
We found him.
Liesel,
Children, Louisa, Brigitte, boys, go on, Gretel. Maria, Father, we'll be in the nursery.
you've come back.
Yes.
You left us without any explanation whatsoever, without even saying goodbye.
was very wrong of me. Please forgive me.
Why did you do this to us? Tell me.
Please don't ask. Anyway, the reason no longer exists.
Then you're back to stay?
Only until you can find a new governess.
Oh no. The children have missed you so much. We've all missed you so much. Everything was wrong while you were away. Nothing was the same.
But the children,
We'll talk about it later. Why don't you go be with the children right now? Maria, a new dress?
We have a new postulant.
Right, Max. We'll find him and ask him.
I'll take your word for it, Elsa.
Georg, settle this for Max and I, would you? Just how far down the mountain does your property go?
Can you make out that stone wall? That's the property line.
You see?
I didn't argue about it.
I know. That makes me furious. I cannot stand to win without a fight.
Excuse me, Herr Detweiler. You had a long-distance telephone call from Berlin while you were gone.
Who could be calling me from Berlin?
They said you would know who it is.
Oh, thank you, Franz. Georg, what were we just talking about?
Max, this isn't the first call you've received from Berlin.
Now, Georg, you know I have no political convictions. Can I help it if other people have?
Now let's not go stirring this up again. Georg, the Germans have promised not to invade Austria. Max knows that.
Then why does he continue to take all these calls from Berlin?
Because if they don't keep their promise, well, I want to have some friends among them.
Naturally.
Oh, so you agree, too?
Now, Georg, this is the way I look at it. There was a man who was dying. They were giving him his last rites. They asked him, "Do you renounce the devil and all his works?" And he said, "At this moment, I prefer not to make any enemies."
Georg, if they should invade us, would you defy them?
Yes.
Do you realize what might happen to you, to your property,
To your children?
to everyone close to you, to Elsa, to me?
Well, what would you do if they come?
What anyone with any sense would do. Just sit tight and wait for it all to blow over.
And you think it will?
Well, one thing is sure, nothing you can do will make any difference.
Now, don't look so serious, darling. Take the world off your shoulders. Relax. You dear, attractive, dewy-eyed idealist. Today you have to learn to be a realist.
You may be bent on doing deeds of daring do, but up against a shark, what can a herring do?
Be wise, compromise.
Compromise and be wise.
Let them think you're on their side, be non-committal.
I will not bow my head to the men I despise.
You won't have to bow your head, just stoop a little.
Why not learn to put your faith and your reliance on an obvious and simple fact of science? This crazy planet full of crazy people is somersaulting all around the sky. And every time it turns another somersault, another day goes by. And there's no way to stop it, no, there's no way to stop it. No, you can't stop it even if you try. So I'm not going to worry, no, I'm not going to worry every time I see another day go by. You tell him, Max.
While somersaulting at a cockeyed angle, we make a cockeyed circle round the sun. And when we circle back to where we started from, another year has run. And there's no way to stop it, no, there's no way to stop it if the earth wants to roll around the sun. You're a fool if you worry, you're a fool if you worry over anything but little number one.
That's you.
And I.
And I.
And me. That all-absorbing character.
That fascinating creature.
That super special feature.
me. So every star and every whirling planet, every constellation in the sky revolves around the center of the universe, a lovely thing called I.
And there's no way to stop it, no, there's no way to stop it, and I know, no, I cannot tell you why.
It's charming.
Just as long as I'm living, just as long as I'm living, there'll be nothing else as wonderful as nothing else as wonderful as
I, me, on that alone we can agree. Each one of us is important to himself. But you can't run away by giving up, and you don't outwit a lion by putting your head
Sir, your call from Berlin.
into the lion's mouth.
I'll call them back.
Max, perhaps you should take that call now.
Go. Go.
Georg, I feel I know what's going to happen here. Can't you see things my way?
No. Not if you're willing to see things their way.
Well, there is one thing you do better here than we do in Vienna. Your sunsets. I am going to miss them.
Captain!
Maria.
Oh, pardon me.
Georg, you didn't tell me Fräulein Maria was back. I'm delighted.
Thank you. Captain, the children would like to know if they could take a holiday from their lessons tomorrow so that we could go on a picnic.
Yes, I don't mind.
They'll be very happy. And may I be permitted to wish you every happiness too, Frau Schrader? Captain, the children tell me you are going to be married.
Well, I believe the children were wrong. Georg, if I'm to make it back to Vienna, I'll need to get my packing done right away.
If you feel you must. I'll have Franz get the car ready.
I can do that. Auf Wiedersehen, Georg. Goodbye, Maria.
Sorry if I said something I shouldn't have said.
You said the wrong thing, but you said it at the right time.
The children told me you were going to marry Frau Schrader.
We found we just couldn't go the same way. That door is shut.
Sister Margareta always says, when God shuts a door, he...
I know. He opens a window. Maria, why did you run away to the Abbey? What made you come back again?
The Mother Abbess. She said you have to look for your life.
Often when you find it, you don't always recognize it.
No.
And then suddenly, one day, one night, it stands before you.
Yes.
I look at you now, and I realize that this is not something that has just happened. I felt it for many weeks. You knew it too. What was it that told you?
Brigitte. She said that night when we were dancing.
She was quite right. That was no ordinary dance, was it?
I hadn't danced since I was a very little girl. It's quite different after you've grown up.
When you were a very little girl, did a very little boy ever kiss you? Your whole life will be different now. I'll give you anything you wish.
All I could wish for is right here. Perhaps I had a wicked childhood. Perhaps I had a miserable youth. But somewhere
For here you are standing there loving me, whether or not you're sure.
But somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good.
Nothing comes from nothing, nothing ever could.
But somewhere in my youth
Or childhood,
I must have done
God